And I can put you in. I can put you in. And I can put you in. I can put you in.
Are you ready? Are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Welcome. Thank y'all for tuning in to the BHLC podcast. The one and only hosting BHLC. That's me, the big head light skinned comedian. Thank y'all for tuning in. I got another great show for y'all. I'm down here at the 21st Germantown on 1481 South Shelby Street here in Louisville, Kentucky. They got a band here tonight. I think it's like $5 or $10 again called Everlasting Arms, something with arms, but it's a blues band. And it's supposed to be pretty good. So y'all come down here. They starting tonight by 8 o'clock. Now, got to go over a couple of things. It was a beautiful day here in Louisville, Kentucky. I don't know about anywhere else, but it was beautiful. And with football season kicking off tomorrow, I'm just so happy about that. As you can see, who I feel like the best team is in the NFL. So with that said, let me go over a couple of things real quick before I bring my guest in here because she's truly outstanding. I want to go over some of my sponsors here real quick. My first sponsor here at the 21st Germantown for them to allow me to come down here and do this every second Saturday of the month here at 21st Germantown. Y'all make sure y'all come down here and enjoy the entertainment, get some drinks and food. The second person is Smile Center, 7405 LaGrange Road here, my dentist, Dr. Kane. Go see him. He's doing Botox now, too. He can make you look younger. So, and also my last sponsor, which 2 weeks from now is my comedy show, Louder Than Laughter, which I'm hosting. The one and truly only big head light skin comedian I'm hosting 2 weeks from now. We got $15 advance tickets. You can get from any one of the comedians. Go to my Facebook page and hit up one of the comedians through chat messages, whatever, and you can get a $15 advance ticket to the show. Otherwise, you're gonna pay $20 out the door. I got some great comedians. I got Jesse Johnson. I got Erwin Donald. I got Andrew Thompson. I got me as the host. I got some great. I got my dog gonna close it out, Meats Dog. So y'all come because it's gonna be exciting. Forget louder. I ain't gonna say forget Louder in Life, but also we got Louder and Laughter. So come support that. And that's one of my big sponsors there. Also, one more thing. I'm a guest sometimes on Mook in the Morning, which is on Instagram at 9 o'clock every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Y'all check it out, Mook in the Morning. Mook's from the Wu-Tang Clan, and I'm on there as a guest sometimes, just sitting there spreading knowledge, and we having fun talking to each other. So y'all tune into Instagram on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 9 o'clock. I'm on there with Perfect Peace and a couple other people. So also too, like I said, another great day. I got to put this out there. Then I can bring my guests in. This is by this being. Well, you know what? I'm not even gonna. I'll talk about that when she come here, and I'm gonna let her know about that because this month here, September month, is Prevent Suicide Awareness Month. Prevent Suicide Awareness. A lot of suicide awareness we know comes from mental health. We're gonna get into that as I talk to my guests. Now, before I bring my guest in here, let me give you her resume just a little bit, and I'm gonna let her give you the rest. I usually like to let my guests explain themselves. She's a comedian. That's right, comedian. She's definitely a queen. I just want to give her props for what she's all been on and stuff, all the different shows she's been on. She's been on Nick at Night, NBC, Amazon Prime, Apple TV Plus, Vizio TV, BT, HBO, and Tubi. That's right. Nick at Night, NBC, Amazon Prime, Vizio, Apple TV, HBO, Tubi, and BET. She's truly a great inspiration and just a great comedian. I got much love for her. She's like that light-skinned relative I never knew about, but now I do, and I'm so happy to know about her. She's just outstanding. But without further ado, I'm gonna let her bring her joy to you on this podcast. But I gotta give her a big BHLC podcast welcome. I give a big welcome to my friend and one of my closest comedian people I know here in Louisville, Kentucky. Y'all give it up for one and only Miss Comedian Kim Vaughn. Y'all give it up for her till she get to the screen.
Hey, what's going on, family?
What's going on?
Hey.
I'm doing all right. You doing all right?
I don't know. My headset is a small box.
You all right? How you doing on this Saturday? You all right?
I'm good. Good. it's not 900 degrees. My house plants are outside saying, "Oh Lord, how you doing?" So I'm
Right.
I'm good.
Oh, good. You look good, Queen. You look good. Well, I like to do my show. Hey, could you shut that door for me? Okay. And
It's
no,
magical.
but yeah, what I like to do, I'm just so happy today. It was a beautiful day. Got to play golf. Got to make a couple bets at the Derby game and got to lose my money at Derby gaming, which I don't know if I'm gonna lose now because I
I
bet.
don't know if that's good or bad for us.
Yeah, and I'm just happy, just so happy today. But I like to always I'm gonna let you tell the people a little bit about yourself because I got into a little bit about what you've been on and stuff and different things. But tell them a little bit about yourself. Plus, also too, we're gonna go into because by it being September month, it's Suicide Prevention Awareness Month, and we'll get into that too. But tell them a little bit about yourself.
Comedian Kim Vaughn. I've been doing this for 18 years now, and I love making people laugh. I'm blessed right now. I've got a pilot of a sitcom, Hell of a Mother-in-Law. It's on Tubi TV. It's on Apple Plus, and we're going to a big network this fall. I'm really not able to say a lot until the ink is done, but Tyler Perry just said never mind. So that's all I can say. And life has been good. I've been involved with a couple of movies. I'm open for jazz artists. Kim Waters, who I did not know was a man. I'm on that's a whole different thing. But Kim Waters, saxophonist Jeanette Harrison, Hiroshima, Marcus Anderson, Angie Stone, R&B, just one of the things that I'm very passionate about is because I am a suicide survivor, which is the suicide month, a suicide every month, but the participation of really being active in the mental health month. So that's just me and a tablespoon. Goofy bald chick who's got a all piece who's really running things.
Right.
And the greatest joy in my life is my granddaughter. So.
Yeah. Well, you always got a smile on your face. That's what I like about you, so you can't like me. I try to keep a smile regardless. But I always tell people with this being said, being a smile on your face, sometimes there's a frown behind a smile, but you got to smile before you frown. That's what I tell people.
Without a doubt. There's a dark side of comedy that people don't realize.
Yeah, you got to smile, And us being comedians, I tell people all the time, comedians, we funny, but we also have our moments. We're not always funny 100% of the time. And we human beings, so we have our moments, I tell people. That's like we're just like I said.
Funny.
Right. Well, by being Prevention Suicide Awareness Month, I know a lot of people out there be thinking about suicide, whatever. Please call a suicide awareness hotline. I got to put that out there on my podcast because I'll call and talk to somebody. You'd be surprised. And you'd be surprised how much a text, a call, or even a hug would help a person in their everyday life every now and then, just because. I know I call my best friend sometimes. It ain't calling to ask for nothing, just calling to see how you doing. That part. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Just call and check up and see how you're doing, especially in today's times. So you have to do that. You know what I'm saying? So I tell people all the time, the small things is what matters. So, but I want to. I know you've been doing a lot, and I'm just glad I caught up with you. I know you've been doing a lot out there. I really have.
And your support and you got this because you've been in the game longer than I have.
Yeah, I love it.
If it was not for you, so like I told you when you asked me, like I'm so appreciative that you believed enough in me to give me encouragement, to give me tips here and there. Like this is not just me, but it is a collection of people who have helped me get here. And I just refuse to get any bigger than.
Right.
Thank you as much as you thank me.
Yeah. Hey, I tell you, the same way I give you all love and thanked you and then got you into the game or whatever the case is, somebody did me the same way, Kim. I ain't gonna even lie to you. Somebody gave me the little bit of the keys to anybody. I tell people it ain't always about being the next Kevin or being successful, but it's about being in your lane and who you are as a comedian. And I found it out, and there was some comedians along the way, even some that was on TV, that gave me some of the tools to the game. And it's only right that I pass it on to other people who wanna hear it and want it. And some of them don't want it. Some of these new young jack comedians, They know it all. That's why I
Oh
just say that to them unless they want the knowledge. So otherwise, I just stay in my lane, you know, and be me at the end of the day. You know, and that's just like you. I know that's what you do.
in the game.
Yeah, you know, I just stay in my lane. I really do, and I love the art of comedy. I love doing this podcast. I love helping people if I can, you know, and that's why I tell people, you know, time is valuable, and you try to give people a little bit of something, you know, of this game. So if they ask, you know, so, but I know it's just like chickens, but now I shouldn't probably be talking about this, but I'm gonna go ahead anyway. They always have this awards show here in Louisville, Kentucky, which I don't bother me. You know, they have it, whatever. And I had somebody that come up to me and ask me, "Well, how come they never mention your name when they do these Kentucky awards for comedians and
I
stuff?"
broke my neck for that.
I already know.
I was like, wow. I was
I tell them, I said, I'm good. I'm good. They ain't got to mention my name. I had one comedian say something to me. I said, look, I'm like this. As long as I'm getting laughs on stage, that's all the love I need. I don't need no recognition from award. Awards they're great, but then again, they're not. They're great. They recognize with your work. I get all that, but then again, they're not. So it's like, I don't need an award. I just love doing it. If I can make you laugh for 30 minutes, 15 minutes, 10 minutes, make you forget about everything that's going around you, that's my award right there.
That's nominated one year. I was digging up dead people. I was
right.
I was like, I need you to vote. How your wife doing? Okay, I need y'all to vote. I really, really am. How do I say this? That year, I also think a certain amount of popularity.
Okay.
Because it was even not just me, but it was some other comics that I was like, huh? Like,
right.
So at that point, and Nickelodeon taught me a lot about casting and your time. It has nothing to do with your talent, and a lot of those contests, it doesn't.
Yeah, it doesn't really. It really don't. Because see, you kind of like me. I love the stuff you're acting in right now. Keep doing what you're doing. I love it. I do. I love it because I tell you, I got into acting before I did stand up.
Yeah.
So really, my heart's in acting. I mean, stand up is having to come along and be part of the resume. But it's just, you know, acting and stand up goes hand in hand. But acting is really it's some tough work. You have to put in work to be an actor, you know. So, and I tell people that. So, but it's a love you got to have. So, and I see you in acting.
It's a difference, and I'm learning. Yeah. Not every stand-up can be an actor, and not every actor can be a stand-up, because being a stand-up comedy, I'm quick with it. And on that the pilot, if you see it now, because that's the pilot. First season, oh my God, it's so different. But I make do and kind of quick wit say, but now we have a script supervisor, so you can't say anything else. And it's now the art of, can we take something that's wrote and make it funny?
Right.
It's not, once you get the name or the hardest thing about improv is when they go back to edit, you saying something again, they're like, no, go back. Well, I don't forgot what it's so.
Right. Yeah. And you're right. It's that's like I'm saying, because I'm gonna go ahead and put this out there. I love acting, but I think just me personally, my feelings, I think the hardest thing about acting to me is not only knowing your lines, but delivering your lines. And like the movie I did, I think the one movie I did with Maintenance Men, I had my lines. I'll never forget, like the street gave my lines, and I said my lines with him, so I did good. But it wasn't just that. In the moment, I improvised with a couple words, and he was like, "Oh man, keep it in there. You did good." Yeah. But most of the time, the improvise it just comes along with it, you know. So that's the hardest thing I tell everybody. If you remember your lines and deliver them, you know, and that's the hardest thing in acting, on how to deliver them. So, but you got to remember the lines and all that different things. So, but acting is not easy, and I give actors much love that can act, because it's not easy. And I tell people that, you know, you have to really put in some work to be an actor. Animation, face, not animation, but mostly just moving your body and facial expression and body language and different things. You know what I'm saying? So facial expression.
Shout out to another comic here, Miss Johnson. Miss Johnson did a guest appearance in episode 6. Mother's Royale, Battle Royale, which is the whole show. I'm trying to kill my son-in-law every episode. First time I tried to run him over. Second time I brought my daughter's prom date back home, see if it was something that, like, I'm always so. The sixth episode, his mama comes, and it was times where I would see people and they were like, y'all really don't like each other, too. And I was like, we went at it, and it was improv to a lot, to the point where the director just said, keep it. But that was one where, like I said, she came in, did an excellent job. We had fun with it. But as far as improv is concerned, yes. But going to major production, it scared me. First of all, you've got all these people in front of you, and you know, they were like, hi, I'm the DA. Well, I've been arrested before. A DA is district attorney. And I'm like, well, wait a minute. Then they're like, no, I'm a PA. And I'm like, that's prosecuting attorney. Like, whoa, whoa. Don't judge me. So I had to learn all these people. And I'm first rang, and I'm like, okay, who goes gets me a soy latte? But no, so all of them moving around, you know, to focus on this person is like, boom, like, cut, like, look over here. So, you know, but I tell anyone, if you got a dream in your body, so regurgitate it to reality. It's not easy, and you gotta live, you know, it bugs me that so many people live above their means. Like people that you never met are dirt broke, renting everything. And I'm like, what you see is what you get. You see me on the 19, that's because this nigga had a bus pass. Like, I'm not gonna be no what I am. So,
It's real out here, because right now I know I got self-growth here, and you kind of talking about that. I was talking to a buddy of mine who worked last week about self-growth. Knowing your, I know my self-growth, and my self-growth is what makes me who I am, and it's why I stay in my lane. But you have to understand and accept your self-growth. Some people don't want self-growth. They want other people's growth, is what I call it. No, you can only get your own self-growth. And when you try to get other people's growth, that's not good for you as an individual. And accept your self-growth. Some people don't want to accept their self-growth. They're still doing some stuff they did 20 years ago. You know, so 10 or 5 years ago, 2 days ago, or what the case may be. So the self-growth is real big with me. And that's why I always tell myself, because we always got another chapter in our life, and I'm all about self-growth. And you have to understand the next chapter in your life and accept it, and your self-growth. If you do that, it's a beautiful thing. It really is. And that's why I tell people, it really is, you know.
My self-growth over COVID, like that's up right now on Tubi. We did that 3 years ago, three and a half years, 4 years ago. And so my self-growth has been like, keto sound like Cheeto to me. I'm like, So, but the thing is, they want you pre-production side. So I'm trying to get it in. So my self-growth was literally, that's what happened. But
you gotta have that self-growth. So I just thought that was one thing. I want to touch. You being a comedian, I know we both been doing stand-up for a while, but I put this on her for the people who are just thrown out. As a matter of fact, I got a young lady who's going to open up for my show 2 weeks from now. She ain't been doing nothing but comedy for about a year or two, but I've seen her perform at Global Comedy Club, and she's very funny. So I'm giving her an opportunity to just be herself on stage, you know. So long story short, but that's why I want you to give advice you give a female comedian just starting out, you know. So, and that's tough. I know it's tough, but
find your voice and know it's okay. When I first started, I didn't know who I was. I was trying to be the dirty. Lord save us. And I had to kind of figure it out. But yeah, it and the thing is, you have so many people that are put you on. And I mean, I had one very, very infamous female comic, and she told me, she said, baby, you got one to go on and get out the way. You got one comic to mess with. Go on and get it out the way. Because after that, baby, you going to be a road.
Right.
I was like, and then there's some Barucci comics.
Right.
And you see where they are. And I swear, when Tiffany had his hit on it, yeah, it's some like Twister. I can make you celebrity overnight, but what you gotta do, yeah. So for women, I would much rather be judged on my humor and just keep going.
Yep.
Well, keep going. You got white men's hierarchy. You got white male comics. You got black male comics. You got white female. And at the very end, you've got black female comics or any other nationality. So, and the thing about it that I hate the most, and I want to do more, is there are so many up and comings that I don't even get to support or hey, and I don't want it to be, I really want to be present and I want to be accessible. Whoa! Because that was another thing that you just don't see is the competition and the jealousy. And she's another, we cool now, but it was another big name comic that the whole time we was at this after party, it was good. But my booking agent who was there was her first booking agent. And when she introduced me and she was like, are you a comic? I'm like, yeah. Are you a comic? Okay. She was like, yeah. We want to get in touch with you. She's like, oh, I remember when she was like, yeah, call me. And I'm like, only till like a couple of years ago, we kind of, oh, girl, I remember you. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I said, the best, as a matter of fact, I was talking to somebody up at Louisville Comic Club, we just starting out. And
I gotta go there.
Yeah, but it's all right. But my thing is, I told her, I said, since you just thought that's advice I was giving, I'm gonna give to you. This is what I was told by somebody a long time ago in the game. He said, since you're still trying to figure out yourself, he said, just try to be yourself on stage, and the rest will come natural. Don't worry about it. He said, and if it give you 5 minutes, do 5 minutes. Don't ever go over your time. He said, just stick to who you are, and you'll be fine. He said, you're gonna have some bad nights and some good nights, just like a job. He said, so, but just understand it gets better, even though you don't seem like. He said, and I always appreciate and stay humble and enjoy. I've always loved the art of comedy, stand up, because everybody can't do it. So I love the art of stand up. You got some work comedians versus on stage comedians, so everybody can do it.
Ruin the game.
Right. Social media has. They're funny on the internet, but they ain't funny on stage. I thought they had ruined. Yeah, they has ruined it. You're right.
These social media people who can't carry time, but everybody is there to see them, but as callback, segue, and that's the art. First going out with Dolomite,
right?
I learned the true art of black comedy. And every other pimp, because I really thought I was going to the Players Ball, and they was like, no, don't get HBO twisted. And then, so I was like, okay. But, and every day to anybody starting out, right. Don't leave it here. Oh, my God. I could be at the grocery store and be like, man, that's dang, I forgot to write it down. Now their phones got voice recorders.
Yep. It's just totally different now. And I understand, I tell people all the time, I always elevate my mind and things don't stay the same. I understand that. And one of my biggest saying on my podcast here, and basically in life, is I call it LSI, which is learn, share, and inspire. Wow. So that's pretty much it. LSI, learn, share, and inspire. And that's what I try to do within this game. So like I said, that's if they want the game. But I just had to touch bases on it because, like I said, I know there's a lot of female comedians here everywhere just starting out and just need a little extra, just starting out. And it's not easy.
Whatever I can do, serious business. We're for ghetto cheese. Yes. I'm everybody's cheerleader. Seriously.
I mean, here's one too. I wanted to talk about this. It's one of the ones I always talk about here on my podcast. Here today, gone tomorrow. That's love, life, and money. Yeah. And I tell people I embrace all three of them but the last one, money, yeah, you got to have it, but you can't take it with you when you leave here. I tell people, just elaborate on that a little bit more. But love and life, you can do while you're here, but you can't take, once life is gone, it's gone.
Yeah.
You know, love is gone. Once you're gone, you can't take money with you. But them three things are very important in what we do in everyday society here in today's time. You can elaborate on a little bit more from them. But yeah, so.
Love is yes. And first is yourself. I tried in so many ways to keep others happy, and I'm miserable. And the people that I thought would be there end up leaving. But at the end of the day, the only person that remained consistent was me.
Right.
It's so quick, as we see. And there's no use in putting something on layaway. And we put a lot of our life on layaway. Girl, when I go out to, when we go vacation, I'm going to wear that girl that wear at the Kroger's. Girl, one day I'm going to drink this bottle of wine. It's going to turn to vinegar if you don't drink it. Like,
right.
You know, and even your dreams, man, one day I'm going to leave this job. And God is showing you over and over, you ain't supposed to be at this job. But
right.
so, you know, I hate Walmart. Well, you can cook like nobody else's business, but you go, welcome to Walmart. No. So you got to take that jump. And yes, it's scary, but don't remain the same all your life. Because you're going to get into a nursing home or the front porch and heaven goes, dang. No. And money, I'm serious.
Oh.
Yes. Now, you know what? People like, oh, money ain't everything. That's the ones that ain't got it. Like,
thank you.
90 days,
right.
cash.
Right.
You know, be happy, I'm going to send it back. But it's not everything. And I have a house today that I could look at across the street from where I'm at in St. James. It was a 5-bedroom house. It was 3 bathrooms. It was a pond in the back. You could not tell me that I didn't need that. And it was around Nickelodeon. And just like rappers, it was like, okay, an advancement. And then it was like that phone call. Well, we decided to go another way. And you like, and I promise you, I looked like silly sister on Coming Color Purple when they was trying to get out the house. No!
Right.
No! Right up in my family. Oh, honey. Because I thought I needed that.
Right.
And it's gone. And yes, have I been on a private plane? Yes. Do I catch the Greyhound? Yes. Okay.
Right.
I can't. It took me a moment to get to that.
Yeah.
It took me a moment. I remember one time I had just had my car repossessed. And I was like trying to hide because I learned how to ride the bus. And we got past the Kentucky Center for the Arts. My face is blinking. I'm in there. And I'm like,
oh, so it was blinking like neon light.
You gonna love me or you gonna hate me? Ain't nothing I got to make no difference.
And just in money, you know, to elaborate a little more on money. Now look, we all love money. Let me just put that away. Everybody loves money. And you gotta have it to live, especially with the highest gas, food, everything is. But this is my thing on money. I always tell people, if you keep yourself busy doing some type of honest hustle, you'll have some type of money. That's if you want money. Money ain't gonna just come knock on your door and say, here. You know, it don't work like that. You have to have some type of honest hustle to get some money. You know, and I tell people all the time. So, you know, you have to have it while you're here. You definitely have to have it. Now, like it's in the Bible, God said, I might not give you what you want, but I give you what you need. So I don't need $1 million, but if you give me 10, 20, 50,000, I'm good. I'm good, God. And I tell people all the time. So I ain't gotta have you the rich and famous. I'm good. So like I said, I can't take none of this with me, and I always stay humble. And I don't really, the money thing, I don't sweat because I'm always trying to do right. And if you do right, I'm rich in love and humbleness. That's why I tell people. So
I remember when I lost my car, and I was like, God, why?
Right.
Day he said, because if you had a car, you would walk or drive past the people that I need you to speak to.
Right. Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
That
was the other thing, knowing who you are. Because I'm gonna tell you this, I was there at one point where I was dropping off suitcases, where I would be out in LA. I worked with Snoop Dogg and the football jamboree. I was going to, and people say, "Why didn't you do the Bad Boys of Comedy?"
Right.
I actually had interviewed with Mo and D because Rough Riders were starting their own comedy.
Right.
So it never took off, but it was, and I'm gonna say, touring with some artists.
Right.
If you're not saved up and know who you serve,
right,
that makes that they talking,
mm-hmm.
anything goes.
Yep.
and yeah. And I mean, if you want this, hey, if you liking this over here, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I saw all of it, and God closed it. And I'm like, I'm funnier than her. And I had to submit. My footsteps became ordered, and I had to let God do it His way.
Right.
And that's like it's, people are like, oh, you're a God. I don't tell you 13 Jesus jokes. Technically, I only know 13 Bible verses. After that, I'm going to disappoint you. And I learned that in Vacation Bible School. But do I know who I belong to, and do I know who guides me?
Right.
And everything I say in church functions, I can turn around and say, when I was booked in Vegas, I said the same thing. You can't, So, yeah, that was the other thing. People like, oh no. That stuff's real.
Right. And I love, I'm going to put this next one up. And I know you kind of I'm more of an introvert, even though I do stand up, and I'm not do stand up wherever. But I'm more of an introvert because I like to be, I'm kind of more settled inside versus outside because I'm so used to be around people, making people laugh. Now, with that said, this next question, because it's stuff that people don't know about me, that some of the people don't know about you. I'm going to put you on the spot here. Yeah. So, yeah, something people don't know because, but I always tell people I'm more of an introvert, and that's the thing they don't know about me. I might look like an extrovert, but I'm an introvert. I'd rather, be at home and be in just more inside than outside. And I don't know if it's because the way times change. It ain't just that, because I am a people's person, but I'm just more of an introvert. I always have been, even with this podcast, with the way I talk, it seems like I'm all being more out, but I'm just more of an introvert. I really have. But when it's time for me to hit the stage and do my things and hustle, okay, I'm out there. I'm doing what I got to do, handle my business. But some people don't know about you. What they don't know about you? Because I was going to take a guess now.
I'm a man. No.
Oh, stop it. It's always something.
I think that I'm deep down, I'm shy. Deep down, and people are like, nah, you're like, yeah, I am.
Yeah.
Every time I hit the stage, I'm terrified. Now that works.
Right.
Every time I hit that stage, I am terrified.
Right.
So don't get it twisted. I've never been booed, but that can happen tomorrow. You know, thank you, God.
It's a bad thing. I've been booed before. It kind of made me stronger. You're gonna go back and try again, or be done. Just get to go. Look, it ain't a bad thing, but it's sometimes it's a good thing to get booed, so you know where you stand at and get stronger.
But
so
that's pretty much it. That I am shy.
Yeah, but see, some people don't know about you. See, and you have an outgoing spirit, but who would have thought you were shy? Because you do have a good outgoing spirit. You know what I'm saying? So you've been thinking because you got a good outgoing spirit.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I mean, that's just let's talk about this. You know what? It's the economy. I want to talk about this economy. The economy is jacked up right now. We're in a recession, but nobody really wants to talk about it. It's jacked up right now, and we're just kind of talking about money, but the economy is so messed up now to where I try not to even think about it. Now, I can feel it. Don't get me wrong by trying to think about it. Some things you think about just because you feel it, you have to think about it. I tell my people. So, but I do feel it. And I try to think about it, though, because it is out there. The economy it's just so messed up right now. It is so messed up. And it has people going different directions and doing different things. It's just messed up right now. It really is. It really is. And I don't know. And I don't know the answer to the economy thing. Just like I'm going to throw in the economy with the pandemic. They said the pandemic might be coming back around again, too. I've seen people wear masks and stuff. Okay, I understand that. I get all that. But you put the economy with maybe the pandemic coming back. It's just so much going on right now in society that we have to grasp and handle in our own way. So,
yeah. literally, we are going to literally the have and the have-nots.
Yeah, yeah.
And I tell you, you can't watch media here.
Right.
You can't. You have to come out or actually go to independent people. YouTube does some great guys because they will tell you,
Right.
like, we're being Maui on fire and you know, Seattle on fire, all this together, and the fact that, you know, in this, with between this and last year, we've had 200 Walmarts closed.
200. Wow.
Where the clothes coming? Where the
Right.
you know, so things
Yep.
that we're not aware of right now. Medicines, albuterol is on back order. So you figure people who are asthmatic, people are, you know, all the cows and the farms that mysteriously were on fire and all of the chemical leak that we've had. You really have to look. And the thing with economy is whatever you can do, you save it.
Right.
And
Yeah.
you know, look, I swear to God, we about to Balenciaga. Balenciaga gonna be fine. Where you gonna be? You know, so we have to like really now. The only perk that I see about this is that we coming back home. You know, we gonna know our neighbors. We gonna know our, you know, sometime back in the day, all family kind of lived together. Your crazy old uncle, he was in the back bedroom. Your grandmama and your grandpapa lived in the front. You know, that's the way it was. And we're getting to the point where we're not going to be able to afford the single dwellings.
You're right. And that's why I'm telling you now, the economy is so bad now. I'm asking people for change for a penny. I'm telling you, it's bad. So it's bad. I just know that, like I said, I wanted to talk about that a little bit because I know a lot of people are affected by the economy, and it has you thinking all different type of directions too with the economy. So, but let me go into this. And it's, you know, it's ways to make money on social media. Social media has its bright side and its dark side. A lot of people are making money off social media more than anything. That's where a lot's going on, especially with AI out there. AI is real big out there now. So let me ask you this question here, because I might get an answer there. See yourself in 10 years. Where you see yourself in 10 years? Where you see yourself? You see yourself? At the Golden Globe Awards, where you see yourself?
Okay.
See yourself at the Golden Globe Awards?
Hopefully still
with God's blessing, where you see yourself in 10 years, because you know He got plans for you.
Hopefully still performing. Hopefully I want to book out, and I want to hopefully still be able to make some changes and some differences in people's lives. Like, I don't want anything other than, put it this way, successful, very successful. I'm a household name right now. It's just some people
right. You are. You've been on some programs.
Yeah. Beyonce song that says "I was here," and every time I hear that song, I start crying. But I saw. When they put me in the ground, I did it all.
Right.
I want to see people that I have helped across and along the way. I want to see their fruits. I want to see, you know. So that's it. 10 years, still looking 40 with all my injectables.
That's what I'm talking about. That's right. Say no Botox for you. No Botox for you.
Everything. Botox, hair socks. Sure do.
You know, I tell you what, this here is really touched. This here has touched me because that's like, okay, I lost my mother last year, September 29th, which is coming up. But it kind of put a spin and a light on my life more than anything, because in 10 years now, I can just see myself enjoying life even more than where I'm at now. Enjoying it even more. Whether it's traveling, whether just enjoying every day that I have, enjoying it even more. Because this thing, first of all, it'd be a blessing to see it in 10 years. And in 10 years, I'm just going to enjoy life to the fullest. You know, a lot of times we get caught up in other people's, I'm going to say, issues, problems, or whatever, whether it's family or not. And you have to always love yourself first. That's the most important thing. Love yourself first. And I think that's the most important thing to keep you focused from not having to have so much mental health, because so much mental health going around here. If you don't love yourself first, then you get into the direction of helping other people, then you can mess around and be into some mental health. I tell people, always love yourself first. How can you love somebody else if you don't love yourself first? I don't get that. And
I
some
think
people
that
like, you know,
even single parents, and it's hard because I was a single mom,
right,
but there were people that told me, you got to love yourself first because you're not going to be the mom you desire if you don't love you first. And a lot of times we as single parents, we give to the last. Oh,
right. Oh yeah, it's all about the kids. Yeah,
we got to give us so we can give them. But
yep,
yeah,
yeah,
but your 10 years, and I'm a musicologist. I love music. But the audition, no, the final that Lincoln Bridge, shout out to Lincoln Bridge, they did on America's Got Talent. That
okay,
song is so once I was 7 years old, and it just goes through your life. Once
right.
I was 20 years old, now that I'm 60, that song, yes, I hope I see my children do. Yeah, that song is really, really touching
Yeah,
to the 10 years.
yeah. Music is a great job. I tell you, music, it really eases the soul and calms the mind. As far as the music that you like, people like listening. And I know there's all type of music. It's all
I
generational music.
listen to it all.
It is, but it's a lot out there. It really is. And speaking of music too, this podcast will be on Spotify. It has been on Spotify. So after tonight, I'm gonna be putting it on Spotify. It's all my podcast on Spotify, and it's my podcast always been the people, by the people, and for the people. So with that said, it always have been. Always have been like that. Now I'm gonna go there and get a little personal here, and then we might close it out. What's going on with dating? Who you dating, Denzel? Who you dating, Denzel? Who you dating, Denzel now? That made you really laugh. Who you dating? Who you dating? Go ahead, tell me. Is he an online guy?
People will not understand or believe what I'm about to say. I had
Okay.
a relationship that I thought was, oh my God. I mean, it was the moon, the stars,
Oh, okay. Fourth of July fireworks.
a Girl Scout cookie that you couldn't tell me nothing.
Right.
And I went public. Normally that's the other thing. As out as I am, I'm very, if I'm dating or if you see me with that person, but this one, I was Facebook. And I put this person out and somebody said, oh, ain't that Nikki's name? And it got in my head so bad. And I'm in the mind games and the yays, then the nays. And once I closed that door, I have not dated since. I'm dating 5 years.
You dating yourself, basically. So in so many words, you dating yourself, light skinned queen. That's what it sounds like.
We had an argument over celibacy versus saving yourself versus, and it's not any. I mean, yeah, I'm doing this because I attracted what I felt.
Right.
And if I pulled some things out and let God pull some things in, like I'm not no girdle wearing woman. Eve was naked. I mean, I'm not going that far, but I know that saving me and listening more, because I kept screwing up. God, like, you gonna let me do it? Like, oh, he's so fine. God, look at him. God, like, all right, is that who I am? Like, God, oh my God, he smells so good. God was like, are you gonna let me do this? So until then,
right.
A lot of us as women, girl, I can't find a good man. We ain't supposed to. Men are supposed to find us.
That's true.
So
but
lot to that.
Yeah, but that's why they got online dating. Here we are in 2023, and we're being in the millennium. Things just different for us dating, and it is what it is. I understand. Matter of fact, when I was golfing with a friend of mine today, he was talking about how he met this young lady online. I'm like, well, I'm happy for you. You know what I'm saying? So, but it's dating is really. I'm dating my wife. That's all I date. But with this also, I date God. I date my wife, then I date God. That's where I'm at. So with that's why
ain't no breakup no more.
Right. So.
Kentucky is number 14 on the list of women dying by their exes. I'm terrified.
Oh, yeah.
all these shows where it be like
Domestic violence is real.
Scott and Missy, they were in love. Girl, Missy and Scott, you could not tell me that they weren't going to be together. And they had been together. They had a child. The baby was beautiful. But on that night, 911, what is it? Oh!
Right.
3 years later.
Dating is tough. Dating, I thank God, you know, nothing against the people that are out there dating who's single or whatever. I'm just glad that I'm out of that arena.
Yeah.
I would not like to be in that arena right now in 2023. The dating arena is so tough because you got so many people pretending to be somebody that they're really not. There's just a whole lot going on. It's just, like this is what I tell people, and this is what I tell people. When you meet a person, especially after the first time you meet them, or you've been fooling for a month or two, you meeting their representative for the first couple of months. That's their representative. You don't meet the true person till down the line. You meeting the representative.
Go to a family reunion.
So, yeah.
Look around.
That's just what it is with dating.
Go to a holiday meal one time.
Right. Dating is tough in 2023. And I'm glad, like I said, I'm glad I'm not in that arena. So, but you got any other things coming up? I just know that I got this Louder and Laughter here. I'm gonna elaborate a little bit more. I just think it's gonna be so outstanding because of the comedians I got and me hosting. I can't wait to just throw some light-skinned jokes out there and just be myself and have fun. I can't wait because I love making these people laugh. And what they gotta understand when they come here on the September 23rd, 2 Saturdays from now is you can, like I said, it's gonna be $20 at the door, but $15 advance tickets you get from the comedians. But you're gonna laugh. You're going to get your food cheap. You're going to get your drinks cheap, and it's good. So come out and I try to keep it like that, Kim, because I know people, we just talked about the economy. I know people can only afford so much, so I always try to keep it low because I want people to come out have a good time, take their significant other or whoever they're dating, and come and have a good time and not pay a whole lot. You know what I'm saying? So that's just always where I've always been. So that's why I've always doing here. That's why I do my shows here, because this is a great place. And 21st Germantown, the Borough is a great place. But people need to, and then I tell people it's not only that. Make sure you go out and enjoy entertainment places, and when you see people perform, whether you're going to see Kim perform, you come to see me perform. Go out and enjoy yourself, because ain't nothing better for the soul but laughter. Sometimes you got to laugh from not crying. I tell people all the time. So for real. So what do you do? What you got going on?
I had just to tag on to that. I had my meniscus removed. Who is a fundraiser on stage and tears their meniscus? Oh my God. It was so embarrassing. I'm on with the Unlimited band and wait a minute, the ultimate band. I my name up. And we was at the Black Jockey Lounge. And so we was like, okay, rock, skate, my niece. And I was like, okay, what is this? What is this? So to make a long story short, I had to start going after that to rehab. And I would literally walk. Once I got to Broadway, I would walk from 4th and Broadway over to where Norton's is. I just would. And I would pass under the bridge. And that was a huge homelessness area right then. And, you know, I really know evil for thou art with me. I just, and there is nothing wrong in a lot of instances. Now, don't get me wrong. Mental health, yes. But some people are just people we act like they're invisible. You know, oh, that's a person. Hey, how you doing? And that means so much to people. Right. And so I would, you know, got to saying I was a comic. And one day somebody said, man, when I get clean and some money, I'm going to come see you. That hit me real, real hard. Right. Mm-hmm. What is it going to hurt for me to do something for people that I know can't afford? So we used to have every Monday comedy under the bridge. So that everybody would come and on my way to the end, and I would sit there and tell them some jokes, and it made me feel good that in the midst of someone who has nothing, not even a roof over their head, I was able to, you know, and my crazy cousins, my aunties and my aunties, you know, I tell people just to be sensitive to one another. That young girl, everybody videoing, she didn't ask to be cracked out and selling her body. This man out here in the middle of the street with nothing on, just flapping. You think in 3rd grade doing career day, that's what he wanted to be? Right. Like, you know, and with what I desire and asking God for where I want, I just want to do so much with it. And I don't, other than Prince hanging his cheeks out in the yellow pants,
Right.
I want to be.
Right.
Prince gave to so many people, and you could never mention who it did that gave it. Like, I
Yeah.
want to pay people, the nursing home, the bills for that. What is the bill for everybody in here this year? What is it for this person to go to school, or these women or men to get, like, domestic violence people? It's on my wish list. Let me take my wish list real quick. Domestic violence women, I want to be able to give them plastic surgery so that they are never found and won't be stalked. And people that have been on drugs, that are clean and sober, that have no teeth, and they doing this, I want to give them teeth.
Right.
Do some things. Why do you continue to have to look like what you reminded of? And
Right.
I swear, ghetto cheese, I don't know how. I'm taking all the foster kids
Right.
to Disney World. I do not know how. Don't ask me. But that's what I want to do. I want to know that I made a difference, and I don't want no street after a street name after Martin Luther King. It got more holes than anybody. Like, no, I don't want no street. No. No.
Right. Yeah,
is very, very serious to me.
Oh, it is. It is.
A dark side to comedy. I don't know what one comic that does not suffer from depression. And if they sit there and tell you they don't, it's like, okay, now the severity.
Right.
But now one comic doesn't, because the high that you get of that serotonin, that laugh, it just it does something for you.
It does.
And
it does.
You can be in a 35, 45 seated area, and you got different races, you got different ages, you got the rich, the poor, you got different walks of life and identities. When you can say one thing and that whole room laugh,
oh yeah.
But when you're off of that, it okay, where's the next job? Okay, where's the next funny? Okay, and you get sometimes to the point where you're like, oh my God, no, and you start closing away from people, and you're not that accessible, and that. So yeah, I live with depression. I'm not gonna say I suffer. I learned how to live with it. Suicide.
Robin Williams, one of the most funniest people out here. I think he was dead now. He used to be on Mark and Mindy. He suffered from deep depression. And he said this. He said, I can make everybody laugh. He said, I can make everybody laugh, but when it comes to me, nobody touching my deep dark side. And he talked about that near the tail end of his life. And I always said, if you're a person that entertains people, sometimes the dark side of it is you don't have nobody that on your side, with the exception maybe a significant other, wife or husband, to help you with that dark side, because we all have it. It's just being comedians or actors or whatever the case may be. If you're an entertainer, it's just something. Even people to see. I mean, sometimes there's that dark side, like who can uplift me, and then the person can uplift you. You can mess around, and they might not be that person. So it's tough.
Spiritual. And I understand the word. I understand the comfort of Jesus. I understand, but call it as it is. So many don't want to. Oh, girl, don't speak it. Don't say that. This is how I feel. No, I don't receive that. This is how. So you get a realm within the spiritual and the church and those areas that you can't be honest about, because it's going to be listed as a demon and it's like people can say, girl, I hope your blood pressure, we praying, and oh girl, your diabetes is up to here. When you say mental, come on y'all, she crazy. No, not at all. And so where I kind of stand. I remember one time coming to church and I was like, hey, listen, I'm depressed. And I'll tell you, honey, I done been to the resort. Glad to have the hospital resort. I'm gonna call it a resort.
Yeah.
What can Jello's is good on Thursday. Go Jello Thursday.
Right.
But I don't want to wait till unsung for people to hear and to know. I don't have to be way up there for you to know right now.
Right. You have to get, and a lot of people don't want to get help, especially as men. It's not matter if you have some mental issues or whatever the case may be, with getting help. That to me, the biggest thing is when you don't get help, that's the problem. Because we all only human. We human beings before we anything. And I tell people all the time.
In the school system. Oh my God, girl, he's bad. He is bad. Girls,
I had somebody on my podcast talking about that.
He over. It's post-traumatic stress syndrome. Our children are no different than men and women, and I'm not minimizing the military and those who have served our country, but our children and our babies are on a battleground. When you've seen your best friend get blown away, when you've seen your mother getting beat by your father, when you see you shooting and hearing gunfire every night, what do you think? How can I focus in school? What is the anxiety? Why, instead of saying what's wrong with you, hey, what happened to you? You know, your child needs therapy. I ain't no therapy. We ain't doing all of that. My son ain't crazy. So the stigmas within our Black community, I hope and I pray to open up and to release some.
I hope so too. I really do. But I just know that in all communities, Black communities, and all the communities over the world, a lot of times these kids, they don't intertwine with each other like we did when we was coming up. Which I was brought up in a different time, but it just seemed like they more in-house versus being out of the house. And that's the problem when it comes to communicating. I was like, some of these kids, okay, they probably can do an online job interview, but they have to do a face-to-face job interview. Be a little different. They're not used to communicating. So I would say that's why a lot of things have changed. And I get technology. Technology has been great, and it's a great side. But like I said, also too, sometimes it has a hindering side. So we have to do better with a lot of things with our kids and our communities or whatever. I'm telling you though, this has been great. I won't, before we get off here though, you've got to tell everybody how to get in contact with you, what you're doing next or whatever, so they can check it out. Because I'm going to run this podcast again here probably next days or whatever, and it's going to be on Spotify too. So, and so I want people to listen and learn. And like I said, my favorite thing, learn, share, and inspire. Because you might have helped somebody today that might have been having some type of problem, So
it's okay. It is. It's not okay to keep it a secret. It's okay to be who you are and let it out.
Yeah.
Kimberly Vaughn _ official page. Kim Vaughn. The next thing, I'm in DC Friday through Sunday. I will be taping my own show, Inside Vibes. The 20th to the 21st of October, I'm gonna be in Maryland, and I'm gonna be with Honest John, Chris Tucker, Chris Thomas, and Thomas Teaser Sorrell. We start second season of shooting. The Hell of a Mother-in-Law. We got hung up with the actor strike and the writer strike, which was, oh my God.
Yeah, that's playing a big part, the writer strike. Don't get me started on that. It's playing a big part on what you're doing. That's playing a big part.
We had to now go to 6 episodes for the network. So that's pretty much it. But I cannot thank enough.
Come on. You know what? That's why I want to say this too before I go. Please, whatever you're doing, post it on your page so I can snatch it off your page. Send it to me through chat message so I can put it on my page for people to enjoy and go check out, support you, because I love your spirit with your stand up and as a person. You keep being who you are. I appreciate you having me on here. Like I said, I know my subscribers gonna appreciate you being on here. I hope they subscribe to the BHLC podcast. It's I love putting people on here on this platform so they can express themselves and what they're doing in their careers and their life. And like I said, you never know who's watching and whose life you done touched here tonight. Just being who you are, Kimberly Vaughn. You just keep being. Inbox. Yeah. You on Instagram too, ain't you? What other social media platform you on? You on Instagram and Facebook, all that. Yeah. So yeah. And you on any dating Christian lands? Nah.
I'm scared. They gonna tell me.
Kimberly Vaughn dating Christian land. Nah. So
me and my dog.
That's not. Well, I really enjoy. You know, I enjoy it. And we one day here, I don't know when, but it's been so long since we've done a show together. We got to do a show together one day. We will. I ain't worried about it. We will. We definitely will. Because I got some things coming up. So, but I definitely got to have you in one of my shows one day. So, but I enjoyed having you, and you just keep being the queen you are, comedian Kim Vaughn. Keep doing what you're doing. I'm gonna keep supporting you. You like I said, when you think somebody ain't watching you, somebody is watching, and always supporting, giving you love, and you never know who's praying for you. So just keep doing what you're doing. Now, I mean that for sure. You never know who's praying for you. I enjoy your entertainment. I enjoy who you are. Just keep doing what you're doing, and wish you nothing but success. So y'all make sure y'all go check out Kimberly Vaughn, and go check her out, and make sure you subscribe to this podcast, BHLC Podcast. You have a great night, Kim, and hopefully I'll see you again. And hopefully we'll do a show.
Yes. Thank you, guys.
I enjoy. I appreciate the time. I appreciate having you too. You take care, Queen. Keep smiling like you always do.
Thank you.
And thank you for being a guest too.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank y'all for tuning in to the Big BHLC Podcast. That's it. I'm out of here. Whatever you do, here's my positive thing for the night. Be yourself and enjoy yourself and live life to the fullest. Learn, share, and inspire. Much love to everybody. Make sure you tune into the BHLC Podcast October the 14th next month. I'm going to have the Greens as my guest, and I'm talking about collard green, Malera Green and her husband, and it's going to be great. So y'all make sure y'all tune in. And it's been a great night, and if you don't do nothing else, like I said, learn, share, and inspire, and try to help other people and stay humble and enjoy the rest of your evening. I'm the one and only big head light skinned comedian. Subscribe on YouTube to this podcast. And if you can't do that, listen to me on Spotify. It's been nice. Y'all enjoy the rest of your night. BHLC Podcast. Go Steelers.